Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we want to talk about one of the features that really sets SoundTraxx decoders apart, and that is the 7-band equalizer. Do you know what this is and how it works? Well, let's take a look and get started. Now, when you're doing your decoder installations, one of the first things you always want to do is you want to check to make sure the speaker you're using, or speakers, I'll get into that in just a second, is actually best for the model and also pairs up well with the decoder. So when you're looking at your model, for example, this is an Intermountain Tier 4 GEVO that I've got with Blunami, but we'll get into that in just a moment also. But in this particular model, I actually had room to put 4 of our regular Minikube speakers wired up in a series parallel. Now, in this particular case, the 4 speakers can all handle each up to a watt peak, which means with 4 of them, 2-watt amplifiers coming out of the decoder is no problem at all. So that's the first thing you want to look at, is to make sure that the power handling of the speaker or the speakers you choose is actually going to be able to handle and not be overdriven by the decoder, therefore burning out either the speaker itself or the amplifier. You really want to make sure to pay attention to this, and we've done several videos in the past talking about this very topic. Be sure to check those out on our YouTube channel. But now when it comes to the other aspect of the speakers is you look at the frequency range. And so you want to look and see how much frequency range you're able to do. Now, a lot of the mini speakers that we fit into our models would be considered tweeters by audio standards. So if you were doing a home stereo system or a car audio, pretty much everything we're putting into our models would be considered tweeters, which means they're really, really strong on the high-end frequencies, which is why things like when you first install a decoder and you hear the bell, it is just piercingly loud, because those high frequencies that you're hearing out of a bell are actually really in that speaker's sweet spot. It's really what the speaker excels at. Low frequencies, not quite so much. So when you're looking at picking a speaker, you want to pick a good full range speaker. And our Minikubes, we don't advertise this, but the spec sheet of our speakers when we get them actually show that they'll reproduce down to 100 hertz. The difference is that when you're only an inch away from it, you can hear that low frequency. But the farther you get away, you have ambient air noise, you have other sounds coming in that interfere with that, and therefore that's why you don't get that low frequency coming out of your model. Now in this particular case with 4 of them, all 4 of those speakers are now working together to reproduce that low frequency. And that's where now you can start hearing some of those sounds. So now the point of the topic of the video, right, is our equalizer. What is it and what can it do for us? Well, now that you've chosen a speaker, we'll use our Cube speakers as an example, that 4 of them can reproduce that low frequency down to 100 hertz. But it doesn't have much horsepower, but when you have 4 of them together, they can reproduce that air pressure, which is what our ears interpret as sound, hard enough or strong enough that it gets to our ears. And so now we want to make sure that it shines. And so the equalizer allows us to adjust the individual frequencies of the decoder's audio amplifier so that way we can maximize the speaker's strengths, minimize its weaknesses, and boost certain frequencies that they can actually reproduce. So in this particular video, I'm using the Blunami for a few reasons, one of which is that you can visually see the CVs as I make the changes and the adjustments using the slider bars and checkboxes, so that way you can visualize what's actually happening. But if you have an Econami or a Tsunami2, both equipped with the equalizer, you can use CVs using your traditional DCC system. And the CVs I'll discuss as I go through the presentation, just so that you know what you're doing, but the Blunami app will visualize it so we can actually see what we're doing. So for now, we're going to take this, throw it off to the side because we don't need it. So let's go to our screen record here. So right now I've got my Blunami app. I'm connected to my Tier 4 GEVO. You can hear the horn. And I hear the blow the long horn, and you can hear that, and then you'll be able to hear the bell. Now, on this particular locomotive, I do already have the volumes turned down a little bit, but I also do have the equalizer sound, so you're really hearing more of that low frequency. So what am I talking about? So we're going to go ahead and go to settings, and equalizer being a sound setting, we're going to go to sound settings, and here you can see volumes, main sounds, all this. You can adjust reverb like we've done in the past, and then we see our equalizer. Now the equalizer, again, is just like you have on your home stereo system, where you can boost certain frequencies, cut other frequencies so that your sounds sound richer and better to your ears, and that way you can enhance this the sounds coming out of your decoder. This also gives you the ability to change the settings of the sounds of the decoder, so you can have, let's say, 4 T or 4 GEVOs that all sound similar, but based on equalizer settings, they don't sound the same. So this is a way for you to be able to do that. Now, we could do all this work in our audio labs here and sell it to you as a whole bunch of different options from the same recording, but we're giving you the tools so that you can make it sound best for your ears. Now, the first thing we have on our page here is we have the high pass filter cutoff. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to filter out all frequencies below a specific frequency range. Now, this is set in CB224, and you can adjust this higher or lower. Now, the default value is 20, which cuts off, I want to say it's about 25 to 30 hertz, somewhere in that range. So everything physically made by the amplifier below that is filtered out, so that way you don't overtax the speaker, trying to make it reproduce a sound that it can't, therefore causing distortion, which is that clipping, or you'll hear that sound of it trying to do something it physically can't. But we can adjust this. So if I was changing CB224, now listen closely, I'm going to stop talking so you can hear. As I move this up, you're going to hear those low frequencies disappear. As it becomes more tinny and doesn't have that throat, that low frequency, we'll add it back in. And again, this is a CV that you can adjust and change. You can do this on the fly with the Blunami app, and you can save it, or you can hit cancel, and it goes back to what it was. Now the next here is the equalizer presets. Now on our decoder, there are several presets, such as micro speaker, small speaker, medium speaker, or you can select a user adjustable. Now this is CB225, and this would basically be 0 or off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a value of 7 turns on the user adjustable. Now as you see, I have the user adjustable, and that then enables the rest of the CVs. But just so you can hear the difference, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and use the flat or no change, so you'll be able to hear how that prime mover sound changes when I turn off the equalizer. There's a lot of that low end frequency that's gone. Let's turn it back on. And you can hear how that low frequency now is coming in to the sounds. So we're going to go ahead and just hit OK. So the next up are the 7 bands of the equalizer, and these are the different frequency ranges as you go through the audio. Now if you look closely, you'll notice that they essentially double as you work your way across. So the first one is 62 hertz, that's CB226, and a value of 0 to 255 is basically the adjustment. 128 would be flat, in the middle, or no change. Values above 128 will boost that particular frequency. Values below that will cut it. And so when you're looking at this chart, you'll kind of see where I've made the boosting of the mid to low range. So first off, CB226 is 62 hertz. The next one, value of 125 hertz, is then CB227. 228 is 250 hertz. 229 is 500 hertz, and you'll notice your way as you work your way down to 4000 hertz. Now again, if you don't remember the CVs, all of this is covered in the user's guide, but the Blunami app gives us the visual implementation. I don't care about CV numbers. Anyway, so you'll see here that I've got the 125 hertz boosted up. Now if I go too high in that, you'll start to hear that distortion and clipping. So if I come in here to try to change it, it may start to sit and distort the sound a little bit. And so you want to be careful going too high. And again, using different speakers. Like say, for example, I know some of the speakers out there by Scale Sound Systems, if you start boosting too much of that low frequency, you can get some of the clipping. So again, you want to do this by ear, on the fly, listen to it, and make your adjustments and what sounds good to your ear. But you can see kind of a little bit of a bell curve. If I was to take, like, say, the 4,000 hertz and just kind of cut it down, you can hear that higher frequency stuff will then start to go away. So you get a little bit of that bell curve look of what you're expecting. Now, the reason 62 hertz is set to 0 is because 62 hertz is below what my speaker can physically reproduce, which means that in this case, those cube speakers, which can produce down to 100 hertz, there's no sense boosting it or doing anything with it because it's not going to affect the speaker and it may cause distortion. So we leave that at 0. But the 125 hertz, let's say if you had one of our oval speakers or one of our round speakers that can only reproduce down to 200 or 250 hertz, again, you would cut that out. Now listen to how it changes if I cut out 125 hertz. Wasn't much, but it is subtle. And same thing, so 250 hertz, if I start cutting that out, you can kind of hear how that low end is starting to disappear. And this is what we're using. We're using the equalizer to really boost that up. So I'm going to put these back to about where I had them before. And we're going to take this one up, what was it, 220, I believe, something like that. Okay. So now you can hear how that low end frequency is now back. So again, we're going to go flat. And there's not much volume there, but we go back to the user adjustable, and that low frequency now comes back into it. Now this is just one of the many audio tools that we've given you to go in and allow you to customize your decoder. All the way up to everything that you want to do. You can go in and play with it, tweak it. Like I said, we could easily do this in the audio lab here and then turn around and sell it to you as 6 different Tier 4 GEVOs, or we can give you the tools to let you do it to what sounds good to your ears. So all of this allows you to not only customize the sound so it sounds great, but also gives you the ability to have different locomotives with the same prime mover sound just a little bit different, but still retain all the characteristics of that prime mover sound. Now this is also available in our Steam, so your Steam chuff, which is going to be the most dominant sound, will also be affected by it. So you'll hear more of a boomier chuff or a lighter chuff, so you can go in and customize those, again, to match the model that you're working on, and also emphasize the particular strengths and weaknesses of a particular speaker. So guys, that's everything I've got for you this particular week. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you do need further assistance discussing how this works, first off, just try it out. You can't break the decoder by changing a CV value. You can get some strange or unusual sounds, but you didn't break it. You can always undo what you did, as I've been doing here today, using the Blunami app for the visual implementation. But you can also do it with CVs. So if you want to experiment with your CVs, just play with the different CV values. And as you hear it, you can decide, yeah, I like that. Yes, I like that. Nope, too far. Back it off. You'll be able to do fine. And you can do all that with CVs as well. So guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.